You've probably heard it before. Don't move to Moncton, New Brunswick. The winters are brutal. The city is too small and there's nothing to do at night. And forget about major shopping. Plus, you're miles away from any big urban center. If any of that sounds familiar, you are not alone. A lot of people think that these are deal breakers. And honestly, you might too. But here's the thing, it's not that simple. Stick around because I'm going to break down exactly why people say you shouldn't move here and what that really means for you. If you're stuck in your current career, juggling responsibilities at work and at home, and trying to find time for yourself, but wanting to make a move, it's easy to dismiss a place like Moncton. Maybe you've heard it's too small or there's nothing to do. But imagine living in a place where you actually have the time freedom to enjoy your life without the constant pressure of a hectic city. A place where your hobbies like mountain biking or even just going to the beach with your friends might be right outside your front door. In this video, I'm going to break down the 5 reasons people say you shouldn't move to Moncton. And by the end, you might realize this is exactly the change you've been looking for. If you're new here, I'm Cameron Brioux, and I've been living and investing in Moncton, New Brunswick for over the last 10 years. I moved here from Southern Ontario to start a family, and in the last 4 years, I've been helping people just like you invest in their future and make the move to Moncton. So if you have any questions, you can head down to the first link in the description and book a call with me at a time that works best for you. Let's start things off with the obvious, the winters here in Moncton. Yes, Moncton does get cold and sometimes we see snow and lots of it. And if you're used to spending time indoors, juggling your work, your family, maybe that sounds like a pain, but hear me out. One of my buddies who also is in the same stage of life as maybe you, managing work and trying to squeeze in some personal time, was hesitant about winter here too. But his first winter, he tried something new. He took up snowshoeing, something that he never thought he'd do. It gave him a chance to get outside, clear his head, and just breathe. For him, it wasn't about the snow, it was more about the freedom. It gave him time to disconnect from all the noise and the stress of everyday life. Winter here isn't just about being cold. It's a season that forces you to slow down, reconnect, and find new ways to enjoy yourself. Whether it's hitting the local ski hill or taking time with your kids to go sledding, it's about embracing a new pace of life. And honestly, that mental recharge might be exactly what you need. At first, I thought winters would be a hassle, but now it's something that I actually look forward to. It's like hitting the reset button, and I bet somebody like you balancing everything on your plate, you'd appreciate that too. And a pro tip, you can always buy winter tires and hire a snow removal company. Next up is Moncton's small city vibe. Maybe you've heard people say it's too small and you worry it won't have the energy that you're used to. But let me tell you something. A while back, I had one of those weeks where work was draining, the kids' schedule was nonstop, and I was running on fumes. I grabbed a coffee at my local spot, and within minutes, I ran into a few friends I knew. We started talking about life and the stresses of work and our hobbies, and I walked out of there feeling recharged, like I hit the reset button on my week. That's something you might not get in a bigger city where people are constantly rushing past one another. Moncton's size means you'll actually have time to breathe. The pace of life is slower, but that means that you can enjoy your downtime. It's the kind of place where your weekends aren't spent sitting in traffic or rushing from one thing to the next. You've got more time to do what you love, like biking or playing guitar with your kids. For someone like you who values freedom and autonomy, Moncton offers just that. The small city feel gives you room to breathe, think, and enjoy your life. And it doesn't hurt that there's no real rush hour here. We often joke and say that even when it's busy, it takes you about 20 minutes to get anywhere in the city. Now, let's talk about nightlife. Maybe you've heard that Moncton doesn't have a club scene or endless options that you'd get in a bigger city. And you're right, it doesn't. But let me ask you, do you really want that at this point in your life? A while back, I had some old friends visit from out of town. They were used to that city nightlife, and honestly, they were a bit skeptical. I took them to a local brewery here. It was small and intimate. There was live music. By the end of the night, they were blown away by how real and laid back it all felt. We didn't have to shout over loud music, And we didn't spend a fortune on fancy cocktails. It was just a good time with good people. In my opinion, Moncton's nightlife is more about quality than quantity. It's about finding those cozy spots where you can actually connect with friends, whether it's a local pub or over live music. You'll find that there is a more relaxed vibe. And honestly, it's a lot more affordable. In recent years, we have started to see larger concerts and festivals, which have been a welcome addition. So instead of spending your night in a loud club, you can actually enjoy the company around you. For someone like you who's juggling work and family and trying to fit in time for yourself, this kind of nightlife might make more sense. It's less about the hype and more about the real, genuine experiences. All right, I get it, and I can hear my sister saying it. Moncton doesn't have massive malls or designer shopping districts, and if you're used to that kind of convenience, it might seem like a downside. I used to think I needed big malls too, but then one day I wandered into this small locally owned shop downtown. I got to know the owner. I heard some of the story behind the products, and I left with something that felt personal, not just another item on the shelf. That's when I realized Moncton's shopping isn't about volume, it's about finding things that are unique, things that are a story. That's when I realized Moncton's shopping isn't about volume, it's about finding things that are unique, things with a story. Moncton's local business scene is growing and it's filled with small boutiques, markets, and artisans who bring a personal touch to everything they do. And let's be real, if there's something that you really need and you can't find it here, online shopping has made it easier than ever to get it delivered to your door. For someone like you who values experience, meaningful purchases, you'll find that Moncton's shopping isn't just about getting stuff, it's about connecting with the people. Plus, it feels good to support local businesses. Let's talk about location. Moncton isn't right next door to Toronto or Montreal, and that might make you feel like you're far from everything. I remember the first time I drove out to Fundy National Park, which is just about an hour away from Moncton. There I was, standing at the top of a cliff, looking out over the ocean, and I realized something. This is what peace feels like. I wasn't stuck in traffic. I wasn't rushing from one place to the next. I had time to be in the moment. Moncton's location means that you do get the best of both worlds. You're close to nature, beaches, small mountains, trails, and you're not far from bigger cities if you do want to visit. But day to day, you'll find that Moncton gives you the space to enjoy life without the rush. For someone like you who values time for yourself and your family, this might be exactly the break you've been looking for. All within a few hours' drive, you can make it to PEI, Nova Scotia, and the state of Maine. We also have an international airport that do make frequent flights to both Toronto, Montreal, and other destinations, so you are able to get places quickly. If you're seriously considering making the move, click the first link down in the description to book a call with me, and we can dive into your options and figure out if Moncton is right for you. So there you have it. 5 reasons people might tell you not to move to Moncton, but honestly, those reasons might be exactly why you should. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more insights on Moncton as well as the Canadian real estate market. Moncton's winter weather, small city feel, limited nightlife, lack of major shopping, and distance from other urban centers may seem like reasons to avoid it, but they're actually what makes this place special for so many people who are tired of the grind and they're looking for something new. Thanks for watching, and until next time.